toss and electing to receive. So Jackson County will be kicking it off, going right to left on our radio dials. Kicker for Jackson County is number 5, which of course is not on our roster. That's a great start, but the kicker's not on the roster.
Well, I guess we can make up a name then, Coach.
But for the Eagles, you got Daniel Forsman and Cooper White that are in the back. Tonight's opening kickoff is brought to you by the Sumner Prevention Coalition, working to achieve the goal of a community free of substance abuse. And it is kicked and goes out of bounds. So the Eagles get the choice if they want to start at the 35 or make Jackson County kick it again. But it looked like Daniel got awful close to that ball and would have avoided the penalty.
Yeah, so I was wondering, I didn't know if he had touched it before, but looks like they're lining up to kick it. Looks like they
re-kick on this. Gonna push it back 5 more yards.
And I wonder if they're gonna kick it back to Forsman or if they're gonna give Cooper White a chance to take this one out.
I think they were trying to do kind of what we did last week with some of the athletes White House Heritage had and try and avoid some of the athletes that they have. But the Eagles are going to make them kick it again, and we'll see what happens if they want to keep backing up or what the Eagles elect to do here. So now remember, they could have gotten to the 35. We'll see if that is a pro decision for the Eagles. Eagles in all red jerseys, white numbers, red helmet with the power W on the side. Jackson County white jerseys, blue numbers, blue pants, and the white helmets. The ball is going to be kicked towards Cooper White, fielded at the 19. Cuts back towards the middle of the field. Has some room to run. Daniel Forsman sets a great block. Cooper makes one-man miss on the right side, 50, 40. Trying to get to the outside of it. Make one more miss. He does. To the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Kickoff, touchdown for your Eagles.
Homecoming started the right way right there, Coach Crumbs. What a hole Cooper White had, and he made the rest after that.
That is the Williams-Styles Country Financial first score of the game. And, of course, a Trevecca Nazarene touchdown for your Eagles. And so, Luke, I guess it was a good decision to not accept the ball at the 35 and make them kick it again.
We tried to warn them if they would have listened to us, Coach. They might not have had that, but what a great start for the Westmoreland Eagles.
Absolutely, with the kickoff return by Cooper White. And once again, I can't go without saying the great block that Daniel Forsman set for him at about the 40-yard line.
Absolutely, you knew that one had a chance right there as you saw the block starts to develop.
Jackson Stewart now ready for the kick. Cade Perry to hold. Snap is away, set, kick is up, and it is good. So 18 seconds in, the Eagles start homecoming off with a bang with a Cooper White 81-yard kickoff return touchdown. We'll take a quick break. I'll be right back after these words on WHINradio.com. And welcome back into the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center as we come right back out here for the Eagles' turn to kick it off. They're going to be kicking from left to right now. Jackson Stewart putting the ball on the right hash here on the 40. It is number 2 and number 4 that are back for Jackson County. C.J. Collier and Hayden Stafford. Jackson Stewart on the approach. Kick is away. It is a short kick. Going to be fielded up high by number 3. That is Gavin Kleinert. He'll take the fair catch and will field it at about the 32-yard line, and that is what Jackson County will start. That, of course, was the Williams-Styles Country Financial first score of the game. Williams-Styles with Country Financial is your insurance agent in Hendersonville and Sumner County. William and his team bring you the Eagles' first score of the game. Let William and Country Financial help prepare for your future with insurance protection to achieve your financial goals. Williams-Styles is proud to sponsor Sumner County High School sports on WHIN. Jackson County is going to open up 4 wide. Quarterback is number 7, Skylar Stacy. Stacy takes the snap, going to hand it off on the inside. That is to number 22, tries to bounce it out to the right side. He's going to be swarmed under by the Eagles. Looks like Carson Borders was the first hit, as well as Ethan Graves. And who else but Hunter Gray had to be involved in there somehow.
Absolutely, Hunter Gray, great patience right there. Borders was able to stop the initial speed that the runner was coming with, and then Gray and Graves able to come down and get the tackle right there.
So we'll give them a gain of 2, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 now for the Blue Devils. Number 7, once again, that is Stacy. Takes the snap, Fakes the handoff. Is going to keep himself, try to get on that right side. He is going to be swarmed under. Looks like Borders was in on that one as well, as was Hunter Gray that finished that one off.
Yeah, it was an option play, and Borders initially went with a running back on that one, but he was able to see that pretty quickly the running back didn't have the ball and was able to come back and help drag the quarterback back, maybe save the Eagles a couple of yards.
So call it 3rd and 7, a long 7 it looks like for Stacy and company. He's still got 4 wide, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Eagles with a 3 defensive line front. As Stacy steps in the shotgun, he's got Xavier Mitchell to his side. Looks like Andy Duffer is lurking, looking to come in. They send one in motion. There's a snap. Stacy going to roll out towards his left. Trying to get free. He's going to be knocked down by Ethan Graves for the Eagles. Almost getting the slim chicken sack, but it's going to be incomplete. And be 3 and out for the Jackson County Blue Devils.
Great way to start right there. The Eagles in a good disguise right there that Coach Harris sent us. I think they initially saw the receiver who didn't have a guy covering on the left side, but then the Eagles were able to come over and get him covered, and the quarterback just had no one to throw to. And good pressure, too, by the Eagles.
So it looks like C.J. Collier is going to be the punter for Jackson County, as he is going to be kicking off to Cooper White, who is standing on the 35-yard line, licking his chops for another special teams touchdown. It's going to be a low line drive kick, bounce at the 40, takes a Blue Devil bounce all the way to the 23. And it's going to be fielded there. And the Eagles will have their first possession of the game on the 23-yard line. Maybe close to the 22, it looks like.
Yeah, and a good start right there for Westmoreland. And the Eagles will get the chance to, well, I guess this is our first time to really see what offense is. Has returned the opening kick, 7-0 here in the first quarter. Eagles lead.
Absolutely. Kay Perry coming out with the play call. It is under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, 9:58. The Eagles needed all of 6 seconds to score the first time. Now they are under center in the wing T formation. Looks like Kay Perry with Colton Sizemore behind him. There's the snap, going to fake it, rolling out towards his right. Going to air it out towards Kelleher, and what a play there at the end that reached in is Collier for Jackson County to break that pass up. And I tell you, that's been a staple in the Eagles' offense, is that rollout with the levels. You had Cooper White in the middle, you had Nathan Kelleher deep, and Perry went for Kelleher.
And yeah, he had his options right there too, and he had to take that one out for Kelleher, and a great defensive play by Collier to break that one up, but his helmet came off, so he's going to have to go off for at least one play.
So it is 2nd and 10 now for the Eagles. And you mentioned in the pregame, Luke, about how the Eagles have done a much better job of picking up these long behind-the-chain downs. We'll see what they do here. As Perry is in the shotgun. He's going to send Cooper in motion. There's snap. He's going to fake the handoff to Cooper White. Breaks right up the middle himself, pushes himself forward. He's going to get to the 30-yard line, it looks like. So we'll have 3rd and short for the Eagles. Should be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, good play right there by Cooper Perry to break a couple of tackles, because after he initially got past the line, Jackson County was all over him, but he was able to power through and keep the legs turning and make it 3rd manageable.
You saw the entire Jackson County team start jumping towards Cooper White in that movement and that motion. After a kickoff return touchdown, I might too. As Perry's going to go under center, White's in the slot now. Takes a snap. Hands at one to Sizemore. Sizemore bounces off a couple, keeps the ball, keeps pushing forward, has his helmet turned around. They're going to blow it dead. His helmet got turned. And Colton was going to keep running.
He was. He couldn't see. His helmet was completely behind him. And I think he's a little frustrated now because, Coach, we could have saw that to be a touchdown.
Absolutely, and you know, it's plays like that this Westmoreland community love, that physical, tough, blue collar.
And it looks like it's going to go against Westmoreland. I thought it was a face mask for sure, but this is backing up. This is unbelievable. And
so that there is a penalty on the Eagles.
The call a hold?
A hold on the Eagles.
And as you were talking about the Westmoreland crowd being happy, I think that mood's changed a little bit. But nonetheless, what a run by Colton Sizemore.
Absolutely. It looks like the referees are meeting about this. And it's kind of one of those that you can often have a discussion about what is up to happen. man, there was clear evidence the helmet was completely backwards.
Yeah, the helmet was completely backwards with a face mask side showing toward Colton Sizemore's hair.
So it is going to push back. We're going to push back to the 28-yard line, so it'll be third and about 5 now for the Eagles. Perry now in the shotgun. Sizemore, of course, had to come off because of his helmet. Perry looking over, he's going to throw in the flat to Cooper White in that left flat, cuts back upfield. He will get down, looks to about the 32-yard line. I believe he's going to be a yard short
I do think he is,
of the
Terry.
first down.
You look up in the whole entire way, he is going to be a yard short. So we'll see what the Eagles' decision is here on fourth down.
He's going to be a couple yards short, it looks like. They ruled him down much shorter than that. The Eagle offense is staying out there on their side of the field at the 31-yard line. This is a little surprising this far back, and with 2 yards to gain. Right on the ball. Okay, Perry takes a snap. Hands off to White. White trying to get down on that right side. He will. Breaks free and has room to run again. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, and down the stretch they come to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown for your Eagles. Another Trevecca Nazarene touchdown for your Eagles on a 4th and 2 play. Cooper White breaks free, and I got to work in the Kentucky Derby race of the theme this week, and down the stretch they come for the touchdown run. There is a flag in the end zone.
I think this might be a little after the play was over, celebration potentially, but Cooper White, he hit that hole, and he came out, and it's hard to beat Cooper White in a foot race. What a way to start homecoming here tonight.
It is. There's 8:09 left to go in this first quarter, and the Eagles are up 13-0 pending this extra point.
I don't know.
Waiting to see what the officials are, what the penalty is over here. The official wrote something down, so I believe it is unsportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles. And that's what the white hat will confirm. He is saying what number, so they're going to assess it on the kickoff, I believe. And so Jackson Stewart will kick a normal point after attempt here. Ready for the snap, K. Perry to hold, down, kick is up, and it is good. So with that, with 8:09 left to go on homecoming night, the Eagles are up 14-0 here on WHINradio.com. Jackson Stewart, after the unsportsmanlike penalty, is kicking from the 25. He's going to kick it on the ground, takes a skip at the 50 into the hands of Jackson County number 1. At the 50-yard line, he is knocked down at the 45. And that is where Jackson County will start their second possession after the return by Brady Smith on the Eagles. They're going to give it to the 44-yard line.
And he had a full head of steam running on the field, too, but Andy Duffer came down, and it seemed like he flew about 5 yards backwards, Coach Gomes.
Absolutely, Andy Duffer with a great hit there to knock down Brady Smith. So now the Jackson County Blue Devils, after a 3-and-out, 2 wide to the left. A little bit of motion, moving things around as now Stacy has his halfback on his right side. Play call coming back in from the sideline. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. There's the snap, going to hand it off to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to find a hole on that right side. He gets a little bit of room. Gain of about 6 for Xavier Mitchell.
Good blocking right in the A-gap right there. So he's able to get at the second level. But none other than Hunter Gray and Ethan Graves, once again, this preventing runs that could go long, maintaining them to the 7-8.
So we'll give it a gain of 6 as Stacy prepares for the shotgun snap. Stacy, a junior for the team. Prepares for the snap, sends 14 in motion from left to right. There's the snap. Stacy's going to keep it himself, try and get on that right side. He's going to be chased from behind by Andy Duffer, who's going to throw him backwards. Andy Duffer coming from behind. There is a flag down.
And I think this is going to be another unsportsmanlike against Carson Borders.
And so Andy Duffer came from behind, and the Eagle defensive line had done a good job clogging everything up on that left side.
So
the right side for their offense.
The Eagles have a great start at homecoming, but I think this is going to be the second unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that the Eagles are going to get this game.
And so it's going to call a personal foul penalty, so that's a little different. That does not count towards an ejection. But it is going to push it up 15 yards and will give Jackson County a first down on the penalty. So we're going to give it 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. As Stacy and Mitchell look over to the sideline. He's got 2 receivers wide to the left. As Stacy's still in the shotgun, waiting the play call, 20 seconds to go. There's the snap. Hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to break free. He is not going to get there as he is met at the defensive line by Carson Borders.
And another personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct is going to go against Westmoreland. Coach Combs, they have to be more disciplined. I mean, I can't even argue with the official on that one right there. It's just not good right there, Eagles' mental state.
And so it is going to be another, it looks like it'll be a half a distance to the goal bench at this point.
So now what you mentioned too, earlier is the difference between a personal foul and an unsportsmanlike conduct. So assuming they just gave Carson a personal foul last time, is that going to make it?
This one would be this one was unsportsmanlike.
And now I don't know who got the first unsportsmanlike down to the PAT.
It was probably Cooper or someone there in the after the touchdown. And so the penalty is going to put them up. I think it's going to set it. The Eagles are going to take a First National Bank timeout. Waiting for it to be awarded. The referee on this side has called it, and there's the First National Bank timeout. We are back out of the timeout as Stacy is in the shotgun. Once again, he's still got Mitchell on his left hip. Sends one in motion, takes the snap. Stacy's going to keep it himself, try to get up the middle. He's going to be chased from behind and knocked down. Andy Duffer is in on it. Cooper Perry in on it. And Ryland Stats gets up off the bottom of the pile.
And I want to mention something about Cooper Perry right there. Great heads-up awareness by him as after the pop that Andy Duffer delivered, he sort of pulled Andy Duffer back just to make sure there was no words exchanged or actions after the tackle.
So we'll give Stacy a gain of 5 yards on that play. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 now. On the, I believe it's going to be on the 7-yard line. Stacy in the shotgun. 14 as Darian Souza is up ahead. Stacy steps up, comes back with a play call. The Eagles have a shift on the defensive line. They say it caused Jackson County to jump. I'm waiting to see at this point which way it is actually going to go.
And I think after the initial jump by Jackson County, I think it was Colton Sizemore that came across the line of scrimmage and ended up actually on top of a Jackson County player. So they might get either offsetting here.
So they are going to give the ball start on the Jackson County Blue Devils. I don't know if you could do offsetting when it comes to that one because he saw the movement of the ball, and I think that's what Colton was trying to make sure it was seen, that he saw movement of the ball and he started going for it. So it's going to be back to 2nd and 10 now. Stacy's still in the shotgun. There is a penalty down.
Toward the Jackson County sideline. So I don't know if
this is probably going to be a sideline warning of a sort, I would imagine.
I think there might have been a coach maybe giving the official some of his opinions.
It looks like that, as it is a sideline warning. We'll confirm that. So 5:26 to go in the opening quarter. Once again, your Eagles still lead 14-0. Jackson County is in the red zone right now on about the 12-yard line. And the Jackson County coach is still pleading his case over on that sideline. That, of course, is Sean Loftus for the Blue Devils. And we're back in action here. Stacy in the shotgun. There's the snap. Hands it off inside. It is to Xavier Mitchell, and there's nowhere for Mitchell to run. He is swallowed up by about 6 Eagles. Andy Duffer's the last one to get up off the pile, but Grant Lill was in there. Ryland Stats, Colton Sizemore. There's a whole bunch of Eagles on that tackle.
Yeah, I think that's a Pat and Tracy Carter, a flock of Eagles, the tackle right there.
And so we'll give it no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
So, Coach Holmes, I don't know the exact statistics behind this, but Jackson County is real close to being in negative yardage if you don't count penalties on this drive.
They're close. I'm not. We need to start keeping those stats up here. By the way, I'm not sure how we will do it, but we would need to keep those. As Stacy's in the shotgun, takes the snap, gonna fake it to Mitchell, gonna throw it to the corner. There's no one there. Guarded well by Daniel Forsman, and it'll force 4th down for the Blue Devils.
Good pressure too by Westmoreland. I think he just kind of lofted that one about 5 to 7 yards out of bounds and over Daniel Forsman. Looks like the kicker's going to come out here for Jackson County. They're going to attempt a field goal kick.
So once again, the kicker is one we do not have a number for here at this point. My guess is Angel Nava, number 24, or no, I've seen CJ Collier, or Jet Tucker. One of those two. I'm not sure which one at this point. Snap is high. Kicker gets it down. The kicker's going to put it up. It is low. It's going to be fielded by Sizemore. Sizemore is going to try and get upfield. He makes a couple more. Jackson County Blue Devils miss. Stays on his feet towards the left side. Carson Borders with a big backside block. Colton Sizemore is going to have some room to run, but I think this one's going to come back as Colton Sizemore continues down that sideline. Has a caravan of Eagles beside him. Colton Sizemore is going to return this field goal kick for a touchdown. But I think it's coming back.
Yeah, there's a penalty all the way back toward the Jackson County goal line. And then just another brainless penalty here at the 30-yard line as a blatant block in the back right there on the Westmoreland. So 2 just mind-numbing penalties negate a touchdown for Westmoreland. Coach Combs, they've got to play more discipline. I know you're up 14-0. I know it's homecoming, but if you're a Coach Perry, you are extremely upset with how this is going.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the imagery you want to have out there with some of these penalties, but they are going to bring this one back. I'm interested to see where this spot is going to be. It's going to be in the shadow of the end zone for Cade Perry and company. As Colton Sizemore, my poor dude.
Oh, once
my
again.
dude. He had one run that could have been a touchdown, had the helmet turned around on him, and still had a holding call penalty against the Eagles.
And you know he couldn't have saw
he
either.
got nothing. And then now he fielded the, I believe it may have been blocked, may have just been a missed kick at that point. He fielded that at about the 5-yard line. He returns it all the way for an end zone, and he loses that one too. My dude, Colton, is having a rough night.
So he got out of breath running about, well, including the end zone. That's probably well over 100 yards that he cut back
for
and
0
forth
yards.
a couple of times. Yeah, 0 yards.
He has 0 yards of credit.
And I mean, you can't blame the officials on that one, though, because it was maybe on the face mask, but not on this one because there was a couple of obvious blocks in the back.
And so we are going to be on the shadow of our own end zone, 3:49 to play in the opening quarter. Once again, you mentioned a moment ago, the Eagles up 14-0. Looking to actually maybe string some first downs together. They've been scoring touchdowns fast. F&M Bank is proud to be a Sumner County High School football presenting partner on WHIN. And during this entire season, F&M Bank is proud to again sponsor first downs. Every time the Eagles gain a first down during the season, it's an F&M Bank first down. F&M Bank, banking made easy on purpose. Our proud sponsor of Sumner County High School football on WHIN. Visit them online at myfmbank.com. K. Perry in the shot and under the center. He's going to hand it behind him to Cooper White, who had Sizemore and Duffer ahead of him. And White will get about 6 yards on the play and will bring up 2nd and 4.
And you can see just by the running out of Cooper White and Colton Sizemore and others for this Eagles team, it seems like even whenever they're wrapped up, they keep the legs turning just because they think they can overpower the Blue Devils defense and keep it going.
That definitely does seem to be the opinion for White, and I mean, you mentioned Sizemore, and even Cade when he had that one run there earlier, he kept trying to run through a couple of tackles and gained another yard or 2 out of that. So it is 2nd and we're going to call it 4. As Perry's now in the shotgun, he's got Grant Lillard beside him, sends Cooper White from left to right, going to throw into the flats. That is out to Cooper Perry. Cooper is going to keep trying to push forward. He's going to be flipped over at the 14-yard line, but that is enough for an F&M Bank first down for your Eagles.
Good job by his brother there to fight for the extra yards. And yeah, Coach Combs, The Eagles are fighting for these extra yards, and like athletic director Coach Harris would say, this is a weight room game. So
It certainly has that appearance. Jaden Burns is going to bring the play out now for the Eagles.
this is the work that you're putting in during the spring practice and the summer practice and even the winter before the season even officially kicks off that's helping in this game right here.
1st and 10 as the Eagles break the huddle. You got Cade is going to be under center. Hard count gets Jackson County. They're going to call a false start on the Eagles.
And I think that might have been kind of the same thing that happened with Jackson County on the other side of the field where Colton Sizemore, I think he kind of instigated a false start call by kind of coming across the line. The same thing right there for Jackson County.
So it's a false start on Westmoreland. So they're going to push it back 5 yards. 1st and 15 now for your Eagles. Perry goes under center. Takes a snap. Fakes a handoff to White. Looks downfield. Has a man. It is going to be complete to Matthew Martin. Matthew Martin at the 30, the 40, 45. Cuts back at midfield to the 50. Keeps his footing. Keeps pushing forward. He'll get to the Jackson County side of the field to the 47-yard line. And that is another F&M Bank first down for your Eagles.
And just what a great decision right there by Cade Perry. Because Coach Combs, he had Nathan Kelleher, who was more down the field, but had a couple of Blue Devils around him. But he was able to see Matthew Martin right there with nowhere near close to him. And that's the guy with great decision making right there and a good throw along with it.
Absolutely. Great throw by the quarterback, Cade Perry. So we're going to be on the Jackson County 47-yard line. 1:30 to go in this first quarter of action that's been dominated by the Eagles, up 14-0. Cade in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks towards his left, pump fakes, going to air it out downfield. Looking for his brother, it's going to be just a little too far for Cooper Perry.
Yeah, and Cade saw it right. He saw the stop, and he saw the corner bite on the stop and go. But it seems like once Cooper Perry sort of ran out of that stop and go, he hesitated for a second because I don't think he thought the ball was coming to him. And by the time he realized it, it was too late.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And one of those things, Luke, we talked about this earlier in the year, the Eagles are looking much more willing to throw the ball down the field any opportunity they get.
Absolutely. And Coach Combs, this has been a long first quarter. 1:16 still left in the first quarter. Eagles lead 14-0 in Blue Devil territory.
Burns and White are wide to the left. Andy Duffer is right beside Cade Perry. Cade steps back, looks downfield, going to air it across the middle, has Jaden Burns going deep, is going to go through his hands, incomplete. There is another flag down at the line of scrimmage, though.
It's not going to matter. It's going to be a hold. It's going to come back on Ethan Graves. So either way, that's going to set them back 10, I believe.
Well, at this point, Jackson County gets to choose whether they want the down or they want the yards. And right now, I'm not going to lie to you, I might have a hard time deciding between those two at this point.
Absolutely. It seems like the Eagles have been able to get these big, long gains, but looks like they are going to accept the penalty and back them up.
So they're going to push it back 10 yards.
And out of all the holds you can get, Coach Combs, I think the idea of that one was right. I think he saw the defender coming past him, tried to help his quarterback out, but the quarterback got hit either way from the left side of the line.
So the ball has got moved back into Westmoreland side of the field to the 42.5-yard line.
But being hit on that throw, it was a wonderful throw, Coach Combs.
So 2nd and 10. Wing T formation for the Eagles. Andy Duffer in the back of it. Cooper White in motion. Fakes the handoff to White. Goes to Martin instead. Martin trying to go on that left side. He's going to move forward. He'll get about 2 yards on that play.
Good open foot tackle right there by number 62. And it was a great scheme offensively. Handing that one to Matthew Martin. They had the guard, Ethan Graves, pulling right there. And the hole was open. I think the idea of the play was to have a one-on-one tackle with Matthew Martin and assume that he breaks it. But great job right there by the defensive edge for Jackson County.
So we'll get one more snap here, it appears, in the first quarter of play, as we are at 35 seconds to go. Perry's in the shotgun. He's got a couple receivers all stacked to that left side. Andy Duffer is on his left hip. There's the snap. Perry looking downfield. Going to throw it down the flat towards Cooper Perry. It's going to be too far, and it's going to be 4th and long, and we will get a punt here to end this first quarter of action.
And great job right there by Cooper Perry, able to stay up in the pocket. Sorry, Cade Perry, rather. Able to stand up in the pocket and deliver that ball just a little over his brother. But
So Jackson Stewart on to punt this one away. He's standing on the 32-yard line of Westmoreland. Number 4, that's Hayden Stafford on to return for the Blue Devils. And there's the snap. Stewart. It's a little low. He picks it up off the ground. It's a high kick. Going to be fielded at the 32-yard line, and he's going to be leveled right there. He touched the ball, and it's picked up by Grant Lilly. Grant Lilly going to the end zone.
yeah, and the Eagles got away with one right there because he was hit before he touched the ball. And I think the official processed it, and now it's going to come back.
I don't know. I thought he might have touched it. It's close. It was close either way.
I thought I had a pretty good look at it, Coach Crumbs, and I do think he touched him, but looks like they're discussing it right now, and everyone's here is waiting. The confetti poppers did go off, and we had a little confetti come inside the press box.
Awaiting the call here. 6.9 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Eagles do lead 14-0. I didn't see which one got to the returner.
I did not see that either. I was just watching the ball. And Westmoreland fans not happy. They are going to call it on fair catch interference on the Westmoreland Eagles. And you said you did, I think it's the right call, but Coach Combs, I think we need to have a discussion maybe at halftime of how many all-purpose yards that have been negated by Eagles penalties. At least 14 points, and if you count Colton Sizemore's big long run that was negated, it's well over 250 yards of all-purpose yards that have been negated by penalties.
And so it is going to be pushed back to the 29-yard line.
And it's 4th, and I can't count that high.
4th and a long way. I don't think it matters because Jackson Stewart is going to punt this one again. Getting explanation now from the White Hat. This has been interesting to the penalty side of things. And I think Coach Perry is asking a similar thing to what I was thinking, and whether or not he did touch it first or not. I mean, it was bang bang at the very least on that, whether he got hit first or touched it first. And then I'll ask the same question here. Once again, this is me only knowing enough football to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about on radio. Is the ball hit the ground first? Does that change the rules at all at that point in things? I guess not.
I don't know either, but I think it's a lost battle that Coach Perry's fighting right now because the referees took their time making the decision in the first place, and I don't think there's a chance that it gets changed right here.
I don't believe that's what he's arguing right now, and we're waiting to see as we're still at 6.9 seconds. And Luke, you're talking about this being a long first quarter. These aren't helping, and don't these referees realize that we still have school again tomorrow? It's a Thursday night. It's not a Friday night like normal. We got to go back to school tomorrow morning.
I think it'd be interesting to see how many of these football players are at school tomorrow morning, Coach Combs. You don't have any of them in your class, do you?
I have a couple.
Hope
I
there's
have
no
a couple
test.
of them. I do not have a test tomorrow. No, that I do not have. And so Coach Perry has heard all he was going to hear. Well, I don't know if he's heard what he wants to hear or anything like that, but they're going to, all the Eagles are back out onto the field of play as Jackson Stewart is ready to kick another one off here. They're writing something. I'm not sure what they'd be writing down at this point. That I don't know, because it's not an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yeah, I'm not for sure either, unless
Catch interference is a personal foul, sure, if you want to call that, but that's not unsportsmanlike. That's not a notation.
yeah,
So I'm not sure what the referees are noting, but they noted something down. And as Jackson Stewart on to kick this one away again. Set, This kick is away. It's a spiral kick is going to be fielded now by 88, a new returner. And number 88 for Jackson County, that is Isaiah Thomas, will get back to what looks like the original line of scrimmage that the Eagles were at. And with that, the first quarter finally comes to a close with the Eagles leading 14-0 here on homecoming night. Eagles leading 14-0. Jeff Combs with you, now joined by Robin Spears for the second quarter of action. Jackson County sends one in motion, takes a handoff. Stacy looking downfield, going to throw across the middle. It's going to be incomplete off the hands of number 88, Isaiah Thomas.
He had number 2, the secondary wide receiver, over here in the flat. He looked at him once, looked back, and never came back to him. I would have threw it there. They've had trouble moving the football. I would start trying to take a few small plays at a time. He went for broke right there and threw it in about triple coverage. Lucky that wasn't picked off.
So Stacy looking to get the call from the sideline.
What an eventful first quarter, Jeff.
That was something.
A lot of laundry on the field. It's all yellow.
Yes, sir. It was quite a bit. As Stacy now in the shotgun. We'll talk about that here in one moment after this snap. As Stacy takes the snap, looks over towards his right, back towards the middle. He's going to be swallowed in the middle. And Rylandstad's almost with the slim chicken sack. Stacy had his arm going forward, incomplete pass.
Yeah, and you say going forward, just barely going forward. Okay, it was danger close to. If it wasn't for the fact that the ball was knocked forward, like you could almost say it was a fumble. It was super close. A lot of close calls tonight so far.
There was, and right now a Jackson County player is down. So while we allow their training staff to tend to him, Coach Spears, as a coach yourself too, and you see a lot of those penalties going on in that first quarter. All right, we're back. The Jackson County player is back on his sideline as Stacy is rolling out. It's going to be swarmed under, throwing the screen pass to number 14 and throws it over his head as he was hustled away by, that looks like Carson Borders was in on it. Easton Morris was there, as was Hunter Gray.
You know, it's funny, you could almost, a quarter into the game, you can already see the defensive game plan here tonight. In 3 games so far, we've gone where we've tried to contain the quarterback, keep him in the pocket. We've gone where we've just sold out, go after the quarterback like we did against in week 1. Clearly, the plan tonight is we're going after this guy at all costs. Like we're pinning our ears back. We're going after the quarterback every snap.
Jackson County to punt this one is number 2. Kick is away. It's going to be bounced out of bounds. Grant Lilly got awful close to the block, and so he was credited to not have a penalty on it.
They call it a tip. They said he got his hand on the ball. If he doesn't get his hand on the ball right there, it's another flag for contacting the kicker. So thankfully we got a piece of it, and that was evident in the short punt. I think the punt netted maybe 14 yards.
There to the 38-yard line of Westmoreland. That's where they'll take over.
You love to see him playing hard, Jeff. You love to see him out here ready to compete. You love the energy. You love the enthusiasm. You got to build off of that, but you got to keep it between the whistles.
Cade Perry brings some call out. So it's 1st and 10. Once again, now your Eagles are going right to left on your WHIN radio dials.
You know what I love about this team so far this season, Jeff, is right now at 1st and 10, we have no idea what they're going to call. They could pass it just as good as they could run it.
Cade Perry takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. He's going to go to Matthew Martin, trying to get around the outside. Makes one. Oh, almost made one man miss. He got to the 40. C.J. Collier with the good open field tackle for Jackson County. Otherwise, I think Matthew's still running.
I don't disagree. He got on the edge right there. I'd love to see him just cut it up right there, hit that first hole. He kind of danced a little bit on the edge and allowed the defense a little chance to get for the pursuit to get there. Matthew Martin's going to be key, not just this game, but down the stretch. So we've got to find somebody that can complement Cooper White when they plan on taking him away. No doubt that's going to be the guy everybody's trying to stop. And so a little misdirection there. Matthew will pick up a couple yards.
Cade under center. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Quarterback draw all the way. He's right up the middle. Lowers his shoulder to get to the Jackson County side of the field. And that is enough for another F&M Bank first down for Cade Perry.
Little attitude there when we slammed the ball down on the field. Like seeing the hard run right there. Coach, I'm not sure we didn't have two offensive linemen get out of their stance just a shade early. That may be indicative of that quarterback run, and we'll want to get out in front of the quarterback lead block for him. We've got to make sure we stay in our stance right there.
Ball on the 44-yard line of Jackson County. 10 left to go in this opening half of play.
Feels like we've already played a half.
Most nights we are usually at this point. Kate Perry takes a snap, looks towards his left, going to throw it to Jaden Burns in the flat. Jaden's going to try and get ahead of one. He'll get out to the 33-yard line.
Nice play
Depending
call
on
right
the
there.
spot, and it is going to be enough for another F&M Bank first down for Jaden
Had
Burns.
trips on the right side. Everybody kind of shaded that way. He come back to Jaden Burns. Jaden, this is his first year getting a lot of action. He's been a pretty steady, sure-handed receiver. He had the one drop in the first half, maybe first quarter, maybe overthrown a little bit. But he's been a solid pair of hands. You know, if we're going to throw the ball this much, we got to have more than just one guy can catch it. So far, he's done a good job.
Even that, there's drops and then there's you're trying to lay out and the pass is
That's
deep.
right.
And I don't discredit that one. So Perry now in the shotgun. He's got Colton Sizemore beside him. Moves Cooper White in motion from left to right. There's the snap. Going to look towards, that is Forsman on that right side. Somehow stays on his feet. Several Blue Devils trying to swarm around him. He keeps trying to get free, and he does somehow. He gets down that sideline, tiptoes the sideline.
Holy cow.
And there is a flag down, and I got to use this joke at least once a year that there is a story of a man, a criminal who is stuck in a building, and the police officer says, we need to cover every one of these exits.
Yeah.
And then they get inside the building, and they realize he's not there anymore.
You can't.
And the police officer says, I say cover every exit. And says, well, sir, I guess he got out of one of them entrances. And that's about what Daniel Forsman did.
It's hard to describe what we saw right there, Jeff. He literally looked like he was standing still for a second or two at a time. And like everybody was just trying to get him, and nobody could get a hand on him. Next thing you know, he slips out of there.
Now we're waiting to see what the penalty is because the Eagles aren't moving up very much here. There's the sign. There's going to be a late hit out of bounds on Jackson County. So he'll tack on several yards. I don't know if it'll be all 15 being close to the goal line.
Half the distance, maybe. Yeah.
As it is an F&M Bank first down to the 12-yard line.
Offense is moving the football. Again, building on that chemistry week after week after week. I'd say that we're picking up right where we left off last Friday night.
Perry in the shotgun once again. He's still got Colton Sizemore beside him. Hands it off on the motion to Martin. Martin trying to get on that left side. He'll be tripped up at the 6-yard line, maybe the 5, depending on the spot.
Good, tough, hard run right there. Again, you set Cooper White up, and you set Matthew Martin up to run in the opposite direction. He's complimenting Cooper real well tonight so far.
So with 8:40 to go in the first half, Eagles lead 14-0 and are threatening again as they have the ball on the 5-yard line. 2nd and 4.
You know, we've gone a page past, like, throwing the ball just enough that they respect it. Like, we're throwing the ball with some success, and now we're spreading the field. We're sending 2, 3 wideouts out there, spreading the defense out, and it's opening up the running game. Good complementary football right
Perry
now.
takes a snap, going to keep it himself, rolls out to that right side. He'll cut it back upfield, lower his shoulder to the goal line. He's in! That's another Trevecca Nazarene touchdown for your Eagles. Cade Perry with the touchdown run.
Good, tough, hard run right there. You know, you love seeing your quarterback run the football. You always get a little nervous because he is your quarterback. But Cade put his shoulder down right there, man. He was tough, hard run to pick up the touchdown. You wear that 21 in Tennessee. You better be a tough running quarterback.
Jackson Stewart on for his 3rd point after attempt. Snap is away, set, kick is up, and it is good. With that, the Eagles take a 21-0 lead with 8:13 to go here in the first half of play. We'll take a quick break here on WHNRadio.com.
You know, and so many times years past, year after year, we're running the ball, running the ball until we have to pass. It's third and obvious, right? Call it third and obvious. But we're lining up, you know.
Stewart kicks that one away. It is over the head of number 4. That is Hayden Stafford trying to cut it back in the middle field. He's going to drop the ball, and it's recovered by the Eagles. 18 for the Eagles caused it. Number 4 came out with it. That 18 is Dylan Blanton caused the fumble. Jason Sterlinski comes away with the ball. And the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line after the fumble.
That's two guys right there. Great kids, great athletes. Not necessarily in the starting lineup. They may not be in the ones on the depth chart, but they find a way to make an impact on special teams. That's important. That's big right there. Our special teams have been good all year so far, Jeff.
They really have. And Dylan Blanton, you're absolutely right, has made several plays on the defense, on that special team side.
How big is the kickoff, that field goal we had against Clay County been? How big is the punt game been? We didn't know what kind of punter we was going to have with a new guy. How big has the kick coverage been? We've gotten kick turnovers. We've got kick returns for touchdowns. Special teams guy needs a raise. Special teams coach needs a raise. I don't know who it is. He needs a raise.
Cade sends Cooper White in motion. Cade's going to keep it, throw the slant route towards Forsman's going to throw it over his head. Incomplete on the first
But once
down.
again, hey, we're 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, 20 yards out. Here you think run, pound it in there. But like any formation, any time on the field, any possession, any down, like we're willing to throw the football. And that's been like a breath of fresh air into this offense.
Now,
this year.
here's my question though, Robin. How much of this is a film game at this point?
That's a good question.
You know what your natural tendencies are, and at this point, what it looks like in this game, the Eagles were going to win this whether they wanted to run the ball all the time or pass the ball all the time.
You know, and there's two schools of thought right there. You don't want to show too much on film, but at the same time, I think you show it all and you give them too much to prepare for.
K. Perry goes under center now, takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Sizemore. Perry's going to keep it himself, trying to get on the left side, back towards the goal line. He's in again. K. Perry with his second Trevecca Nazarene touchdown of the night. Greeted there by Nathan Kelleher, and the Eagles go up 27-0, pending this extra point.
Hey, I know Cade wears that number 21, got the family number. Pretty sure his older brother wore it. Jake, I'm pretty sure his dad may have wore that number. But that's a special number in Tennessee. 21 in Tennessee, that's Heath Schuler, that's Tennessee football. And he's making 21 look real proud tonight.
He will be on to hold this point after attempt by Jackson Stewart. And there's the snap, set, kicking away, and it is a beautiful kick. It goes on top of the middle school. So Stewart with a great kick there to go up 28-0 with 7 minutes to play. Jackson Stewart, ball on the right hash, kick is up, and it's another beautiful kick. Going to be fielded at the 5-yard line.
He touched it.
It is going to roll out in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Jackson County will take the ball at the 20-yard line.
He touched it there, and it rolled into the end zone, and he was a little lackadaisical going after it and before he picked it up. But we was about to have an Eagle jump on top of it. But no, I think this is, again, we've talked about, like, for 2 weeks now how the offense has gotten progressively better and better. The timing's gotten better. The precision's gotten better on the pass routes. Just the chemistry, the flow of the offense has gotten better. I think you use this one right here to dial it up because we got a tough stretch of games coming up.
We really do. We're going to talk about that in the post-game show, maybe a little bit in the halftime show as well. As Stacy's in the shotgun. Sends one in motion. Try to get the Eagles to jump. The Eagles are under control as Xavier Mitchell is trying to go side to side here. Mitchell will go to his right hip now. There's the snap, handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to get in the middle. He's met by Hunter Gray right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
That's about the third or fourth time they've tried to run it right straight up the gut. And, you know, if our defense has a weakness, that's probably the weakest part just because depth. If you got guys in the trenches there playing a lot of both ways. You don't have a lot of depth there. You got some youth there in particular who, even though the youth has played well, but that's been a spot where I'm surprised at how well it's held up, but thankful at the same time.
Stacy takes the snap, hands it. He's going to keep it. Gets around that right side. He's going to be grabbed by Andy Duffer and brought down. A gain of about 6. Once again, you talk about right up the gut, and one of the biggest differences is Hunter Gray standing there now.
Hunter Gray standing there at that linebacker position waiting to make tackles. Hey, and the thing of it is you got young guys, not just veteran Carson Borders in there and Easton Morris. You got young guys like Rylan Stats in there who's keeping those linebackers clean. Like, you don't understand how important that is a lot of times unless you're like a really a football guru. But those defensive linemen being hard to block, that keeps those linebackers clean. And they're getting free shots on the quarterback, free shots on the running back as soon as they come through the hole.
So you got Easton Morris, Ethan Graves, Rylan Stats, and Colton Sizemore all up there near the line of scrimmage right now. And they are causing chaos in the backfield. As Stacy takes the snap, looks over towards his left, tries to get up in the pocket. He's going to get there. Rylan Stats comes behind him. Right on cue. Rylan Stats with the tackle that he might have gained half a yard on it to avoid the slim chicken sack.
I'll tell you what, last year he looked the part. This year he is the part. He's become a football player in about 12 months. I'm really proud of that kid. Like I said,
absolutely, I am too. Although I don't have him as a cross-country runner anymore. That was kind of nice.
He looks like Tarzan though. You can tell he loves the weight room. He don't mind working out. He's got legs like tree trunks, and he put them to good use right there. He put that quarterback in the dirt.
Call, you're ready to punt this one away. He gets it up, and this one is another short kick. Bounces at the 45-yard line of Jackson County and picked up by the Blue Devils at the 42-yard line. We've had a couple of these tonight. Let's go ahead and read about Trevecca Nazarene University. As Trevecca Nazarene University is the season-long touchdown partner for all games on the WHIN radio network. Trevecca has been home to thousands of Sumner County students after high school and has led the way in higher education right from the heart of their Nashville campus. Trevecca is one special university that sets you up for a lifelong touchdown. Want to learn more about Trevecca? Visit them online at trevecca.edu. Trevecca Nazarene University, serving Nashville and the world since 1901. Would love another one here. That would put us at the 35-point mark. I formation for the Eagles. Burns is out wide to the left. Martin goes in motion, toss to White, trying to get around that left end, following his blockers. Great block set ahead of him by Grant Lilly. Cooper White's going to cut back to the middle, and there's no one out there besides green grass. That's going to be another Trevecca Nazarene touchdown for Cooper White on the run. Started to the left, cuts back to the middle. But I'll tell you what, Grant Lilly set a great block for his buddy.
How you telling me? Not only Grant Lilly set a great block, there was plenty of guys setting great blocks. Those guards got out on the edge right there. Receiver Jaden Burns held his guy up. Like they're all playing for each other, and that's fun to see. Like it took about 5 guys setting 5 great blocks, and Cooper White sprung it.
Jackson Stewart ready for the point after attempt. Snap, set, kick on the way, and it is good again.
That's 2 on the roof. That's 2 on the roof.
We're going to take a quick break here. Eagles lead 35-0 with 4:28 left to go in the opening half of play on WHINradio.com. And welcome back into the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center as the Eagles get ready to kick this one back off again. Stewart on the approach. Kick is deep again. It's going to go over the head of the returner into the end zone for another touchback for Jackson Stewart. And Robin, I hadn't seen that part of his game really until these last couple of kicks.
I'm telling you, he is letting it fly. He did a good job the first couple of weeks, kind of directional kicking it, trying to land it right there around between the hashes and the yard or the numbers, 10, 12, 15-yard line. But hey, he let that one fly. That ball hit the goal line off the tee. Hey, that's 2 he's put on the roof over there. I ain't seen that since Corey Bond. That's going back a ways. I mean, I see plenty get kicked off the South Wing cafeteria right here. But that's 2 he's put on the roof. That's 1996 football right there.
Blue Devils on offense once again, starting on their 20 after the touchback by Stewart. Stacy in the shotgun. Once again, he's still got Xavier Mitchell beside him. Sends his receiver in motion, going to hand it off, trying to get around the outside. He is going to be met in a good form tackle by Hunter Gray. Gain of a couple for C.J. Collier.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a homer right here. But
I think more than a couple. It ends up being close to 6. It didn't look like that much.
I'm going to sound like a homer right here. That's okay. You know, some color guys get away with it every once in a while. But I'm telling you, right now we are clicking. I know maybe the opponent is not as strong as it has been in the weeks past, but right now, offensively, defensively, special teams, we're clicking on all sides of the football.
2nd and 4 for Stacy in the shotgun. Puts Xavier Mitchell on his left hip. Sends Collier in motion. There's the snap. Stacy's going to keep it himself, run right up the middle, and it's going to be enough for a first down. And Robin, non-penalty, I think that might be their first one of the night.
Non-penalty first down, you're probably right. It looks like that.
If anything, it's the second one. It hasn't been many.
Quarterback draw looks like that play at Cade Perry. Same play Cade Perry's broke a few times right there. The quarterback took it, ran behind 2 blockers to the left side, picked up the first down. Like I said, boys are playing well tonight. Looking forward to a few games coming up. This one ain't over yet, but you know, going into tough opponents like Monterey and Smith County and Liberty Creek and East Robb, you want to be playing your best football. Right now, that's exactly what we're doing.
There's a Blue Devil down on their sideline. Being that they can get up quickly over there, possibly, and get right back, I don't want to start a commercial and put ourselves in a tough spot. Jackson County is back now to the line of scrimmage. The player is being treated on the sideline now as the ball is handed to number 20. That is Braden Dodson. Tackled in the backfield, I believe, by Andy Duffer and Hunter Gray.
Tackle for loss. Ryland Stats.
Ryland Stats giving credit from the original voice of the Eagles over there, Tracy Carter.
That's right.
And we'll give it a loss of 1 on the play as we are 2:45 away from the Invisible Smiles halftime show. That's what I'm saying there. Invisible Smiles of Tennessee halftime show. Stacy sends Collier in motion. Going to fake it to Collier, hands it to Mitchell instead as he bounces off several Eagles right at that line of scrimmage. And not a whole lot of room, excuse me, that's Dotson. Not a whole lot of room to run for the freshman running back.
That looked like fullback blast right there. He pulled it out of the fullback's belly, and he handed it off. He turned the opposite direction, handed it off to the running back coming the opposite way. Shades of what Matthew Martin's been doing to them all night long. Fortunately there, we had Hunter Gray and a couple others that are cleaning it up.
Nathan Kelleher credited with the tackle there for the Eagles as we are now under 2 minutes to play in this opening half. Eagles up 35-0 as Stacy in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks out to the right. He's going to air it over his receiver.
Had 2 guys in the area right there. Looks like the play was designed to throw it to the flanker, kind of just sitting there for the screen pass in the flat. He went for the other guy who I think was set up to block for him and didn't even see the ball coming. So a little miscommunication on that. Coach is pretty unhappy on that play.
So C.J. Collier back on to punt this one away. And the last couple punts have been, we'll call it adventurous for Jackson County, as the Eagles have been almost on every one of these.
I'm not sure they've punted one past midfield yet.
Snap to Collier's there. The Eagles don't come after this one as hard. It's a spiral kick fielded by White at the 42-yard line. Cuts back upfield, trying to get to midfield. He's going to tuck it at the 47-yard line of Westmoreland. And the Eagles will start back there again, up 35-0 with 1:32 remaining.
We're going to have a running clock, it looks like, in the second half, Jeff. So we may have to make sure we get these upset picks in, get a little look ahead in.
We may have to do a lot of that during this that third quarter, or during halftime.
Hey, you know, for us, you never want to get cut short, but hey, it's a good problem to have.
I've been doing trying to get a couple of these reads in as well. So we'll do our best here together as the Eagles come to the line of scrimmage.
We love our sponsors.
K. Perry kind of in the pistol with Colton Sizemore right beside him. Ball goes to Sizemore. Sizemore cuts back upfield, trying to get to the 50, keeps those legs churning. He will get about 3 yards on the play, just shy of the 50, it looks like.
Here's where you got to keep the beast happy right here. Getting everybody a little touch in, 35-0. Getting into this halftime. Colton already had his 90-something yard return taken away from him. Nice to get a little touch right there.
Perry in shotgun takes a snap, looking out towards his right, going to throw it right in the middle of Cooper White. Cooper trying to get behind his blocker is Cooper Perry. Cuts back upfield. He'll get inside the 40. That's another F&M Bank first down for the Eagles. Cooper Perry trying to block for Cooper White.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I almost thought that looked like the old hook and ladder there for a second. Cooper ran a little curl, a little sit-down route.
Wouldn't that be something that they pulled the hook and ladder out?
He had a chance to pitch it right there. I thought for a second he was legit going to. Like, he ran a little hook route, sat down right there in the open area. He caught it. He had Cooper Perry coming out in the flat. He looked at him. He really looked at him for a second, turned and ran right up behind him, and Cooper Perry set a good block for him, picked up a few extra yards. I thought for a second he was about to pitch that thing, and there was going to be nobody to catch him.
Now in that, K. Perry took the snap and spiked it to stop the clock with 45.2 seconds to go. The Eagles probably working on trying to, you mentioned things to work on, trying to get down the field as if they don't have any time, so maybe just one left.
You never know. What if it's 45 seconds left and we're down by a touchdown and it's fourth
At East
quarter.
Robertson.
East Robertson in 2 or 3 weeks. Like, this is a chance to figure out how can we manage the clock, get a young quarterback some experience right here.
Perry takes a snap. Matthew Martin almost bobbles it, but he picks it back up, trying to get around the left side. Comes off of one. He'll get a first down to the 27-yard line. Clock will stop at 36.8 seconds for the change to reset. See if K. Perry does it again.
Still got 2 timeouts right here. You're a chunk player too. They wound the clock now from throwing in the end zone.
30.8 seconds to go. Clock is rolling.
Come on, let's go. Call a timeout or call a play. We're going to take this into the half at 35-0. Looks like we're going to let it go, Jeff.
Something's up, as Coach Perry is right by the referee, is at the 27-yard line. They may be trying a deep kick.
We're going to call a timeout right here and let Jackson Stewart boot one. We sure are.
They're going to call a timeout. 3.7 seconds left to go.
Jackson's coming into the game.
So we're going to give it credit for the 43-yard attempt for Jackson Stewart.
He's put 2 on the roof so far.
Snap, set, kick is up. It's got the leg. Does it have the accuracy?
It's in there.
It does.
He got it. He got it.
Jackson Stewart with the 43-yard field goal.
What a kick.
And it is a 38-0 lead going into halftime for your Eagles.
Kicks away, another directional kick. Gonna be fielded, checked up at the 6-yard line. Bobble, he picked it up off the grass. Cuts back up the middle, and he's gonna have 3 red hats on him. Looks like the lead tackler there was Dylan Blanton. Again, another one of those special team guys making special team type plays. Good kid right there. We got that kid in the gym in basketball. He's a spark plug. He's a high motor kid. He's exactly what you expect on special teams.
Absolutely, already forced one fumble and come up with it again today. So Jackson County's going to take over. And you kind of forgot, Coach Combs, that Jackson County gets this reception after the half because that opening Cooper White kickoff return.
That's right. That's right. Looks like they're going to let Dylan Blanton stand right here and play a little bit of defense. He's in the corner position. Fully expect to see some of those younger guys getting rotated in and get some reps right here. Jackson Stewart's a nose tackle on defensive line. Still got a couple fresh linebackers in there as well. Shotgun snap. Gonna be handed off with a draw right up the middle. Fullback number 20 with the carry. He's gonna pick up about 3 yards. That's gonna be bring up second down at about 7. Ball's gonna be on the 25-yard line.
Great heads-up play right there by the Eagles. Able to get that tackle right there. Also, once again, Dylan Blanton on another play right there. And I'm sure you guys are excited for him for basketball season.
He's our motor on the basketball floor. He's our point guard. He's our go guy. He brings a lot of energy. Dog on defense. He's a big part of what we're going to do this year. Coming up 2nd and 8. We're going to call it 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line. Shotgun snap. 20 in the backfield. They're going to get right back into him, right up the gut. It looks like they like to run that weak side draw. Going to pick up about 5 on the carry, looks like. I call it a long 4. Ball's going to be on the 29-yard line. Third down to about 4.
So really, the only time Jackson County's been effectively able to progress this ball downfield is because of Eagles penalty. So if the Eagles stay clean here in this third quarter, they already have them with a 3rd and 4th.
Well, ironically, the thing that Coach Harris told me in the hallways today, just talking football, was that the thing that concerned him the most was just that ground and pound, 3-yard in a cloud of dust, running up the gut kind of offense because of our size, our lack of size in the trenches. But so far, they hadn't really tried to feature that. Shotgun snap again this time. Looks like a screen out to the wide receiver number 2. Had another receiver blocking for him before the ball even got there. I'm not sure that's legal, but we're gonna let that go. We're gonna bring up 4th down, and the punt team's coming out.
And that pass was a couple of yards over his head, and he leaped for it. We don't have the height and weights on the players for Jackson County, but he leaped for it, and that ball was still well over his head.
I think we would have caught it. Jay Richardson would have caught it. Shout out to Jay Richardson. He graduated last year. He's a good kid. He would have caught that ball. 2's back deep to punt it, punting from his own 15-yard line. They've struggled in the punt game so far tonight. Looks like it's gonna hit about the 47 and take a Blue Devils roll down to the 36. Be picked up there by number 22 for the Blue Devils. Eagles offense going to take the field. Let's see how many starters come out, and I wonder here if they're going to give the starters maybe one drive, set the tone right here in the second half, and then start peeling them out one by one.
Aaron Freeman watched that one bounce, and yeah, I'm exactly with you. Maybe try and get some of the young guns some playing time here as this clock continues to roll under 8.
Looks like the starters are in on the offensive line. Backs and receivers are in there, except Dylan Blanton and Aaron Freeman are your running backs. Cade Perry brings the play in himself. Kelleher's lined up as the tight end. Again, who knows? Run or pass, 1st down, doesn't matter. I love it. Let's see what we call right here. Looks like a procedure penalty. No, they're going to call a timeout. Looks like they didn't have the lineup or the set they wanted. They were short an offensive lineman.
And that timeout, we'll take one with them here on WHINradio.com.
This time they got 11 players out there, Luke. The issue, it looks like, was one of the starting offensive linemen had failed to check in. They weren't going to start the offense with just 10 out there, so they called a timeout. Looks like we're set to go now. Blanton goes in motion. Going to be a tall sweep around the left side. He's going to be brought down by number 14 to the Blue Devils, but not before he picks up about 6 yards on the carry. Good strong run right there.
That's Darren Sosa for Jackson County with the tackle right there. And yeah, like you said, it seems like the Eagles are just, even whenever they're getting in these situations where, their momentum's been lost and there's 2 or 3 Blue Devils around them, they just keep the legs turning tonight. It seems like they just have that extra strength that Jackson County doesn't.
They get those extra yards. Those extra yards that make second and long, second and short, and third and long a first down. Second and long 4 here from the 41. Shotgun snap to Cade Perry. Fakes the handoff, fakes the draw to Colton Sizemore. Gives to Aaron Freeman out on the edge. He gets loose. One man to beat. He gets out on the sideline. What looks like it's going to be a 4-yard pickup. End up being about a 22-yard gain.
And it's all going to come back. A flag right there, and just another horrible holding call. It was 56 Ethan Graves for the Eagles. Coach Spears, they cannot do this next week against
They cannot do that. You can't get plays like that and then erase them on mistake. The hold that was called was nowhere near the action. It did not influence the play. It did not increase the yardage that was going to be gained. You got to have there. Freeman got on the edge and turned the jet zone right there and was able to turn a 4-yard gain into a 22-yard gain. But unfortunately, they're going to bring it back to the 44-yard line. Still going to be first down. But you got those 20-plus yard runs are punishing to a defense. You got to make those stand up.
It is, but nonetheless, it is going to be enough for an F&M Bank first down.
That clock's ticking. I mean, we're almost already halfway through the third quarter right here. 1st and 10 at the 43. Cade Perry under center. Oh, looks like offensive lineman move first. Move a little early. It was going to be. We got another quarterback in there. Xander Hodge was in taking his first snap right here.
Yeah, and I think they're acclimating also Hunter Gray to either that guard or the fullback position. I didn't see exactly which one he was playing, but he's out there playing his first offensive snaps.
He's playing guard. He's got number 52 on, so he's not eligible to play fullback. But you're right. This is the first week they've actually tried to get him in on a little offense because he's been mostly defense or strictly defense. He came back from injury, but they're going to need him on both sides of the football going forward. Thomas Francis, wide receiver number 8, checked in out wide on the left side. Looks like you got again Xander under the center. He's going to take the snap. Off Freeman right off the right edge. He's going to get loose. He's got one to beat. He's on the sideline. He's up. He's gone. He is gone. If I don't get 20 yards, I'm going to get 40 right here. He went 42 yards to the house.
And that is a Trevecca touchdown for the Westmoreland Eagles.
He got on the edge right there, had one man to beat. I think it was maybe 55 Easton Morris threw the block that sprung him. And he got on the edge and he was gone.
Great play right there by Aaron Freeman.
Snaps, hold. Kick is up by Jackson Stewart. That's another good extra point right there.
And the Eagles lead 45-0. They'll take a break. We will too here on WHINradio.com. And we're back here in the WHIN radio station. Luke Carter along with Robin Spears here in the third quarter as the Westmoreland Eagles lead 45-0. And Coach Spears, I'm excited to give you guys some updates on some scores going on right now.
Sounds good. We look like a lot in right here. Jackson boots it deep, checked up, caught at the 10-yard line when we returned by the Blue Devils. About 6 or 7, I couldn't count them all, 6 or 7 substitutions on the kickoff coverage right there. They did a good job of bringing him down at the 30, be a 20-yard return by number 7.
So what we've heard from Billy up here, who helps spot for Coach Carter, is that Monterey's currently losing big time to Clay County right now. Macon's up on Smith County, so
again, you go into a region, you think as many seniors as we had last year in key spots, but yet the depth we had coming back at the other key spots, you never really know how a region's going to shake out. You don't know what you got, what the opponents have got. I'm gone from thinking we could finish somewhere in the middle of the pack. If we play the way we play tonight, we're capable of winning any region game we've got left.
You're 100% right, and especially with how East Robertson struggled with Monterey last week. Even that one doesn't seem impossible now, Coach Spears.
Jackson's going to spread it out, take a shotgun snap. That's the third time. Oh, what a hit on the edge by Dylan Blanton. That's the third time they've run that play, just a screen out to the flanker on a quick snap. And every time we blew it up and they threw it about a mile over the receiver's head, at some point that kid's going to get tired of getting hit out there.
Yeah, you're completely right. And if that ball had been on target in between the numbers right there. I don't know. That definitely would have be incomplete, if not even looking at maybe an
Luke, you've
interception.
handed me a roster here. That's a good sign because we got some folks to recognize. We've got a lot of subs going to be checking in the game. That's going to make for a fun night of football. Going to recognize some kids. They're going to get to see their first little taste of action right here. Number 42 with a snap, sweep around the right side. 42 with a Dustin Burns checked in at linebacker. Going to got on the edge. Shed one blocker and was able to drag the running back down for a small gain. What had a potential to be a long run off the edge right there ended up being a short 2-yard gain. It's going to be up 3rd and 8 from the 32-yard line. Great tackle right there by the young kid.
That's senior Jaden Burns' younger brother.
Is it? I did not know that. Others defenders checked in. Aaron Freeman, 23, is checked in at safety. Looks like Xander Hodge is checked in to play some safety. Got Dylan Blanton at corner. Let's see, Jackson Stewart's checked in to play some defensive line, as well as number 3, Jay Schaffhauser. Number 30, Braxton Cook is in at defensive end. Andy Duffer as well. Be a draw up the middle. Ball's loose. It was a handoff to the running back. That same draw play they ran about the past 2 or 3 times on 3rd down. It looks like the ball got poked out of the ball carrier's hands. It was on the deck. And Jackson County was able to jump right back on it. Seems like it ain't been but about 30 seconds worth of action. And here we are, 4th down again, and the punt team's coming back out for the Blue Devils.
A great stop for the young Westmoreland Eagles, who really not had that much playing time, but right here and they get a stop, their first series.
This young group, they got a lot of potential. They're hot, and they got high energy. They're excited to get out there. A game like this, the snaps they're getting may not mean a whole lot, but they're making the most of an opportunity. Going to try to show Coach Perry something right here. Punts away. Ball's going to be checked up at the 40. It's going to take a Blue Devil bounce down to the 44-yard line of the Eagles. That's where we'll take over on 1st down with 2 minutes to go. And again, the clock is running. Given the score.
And Coach Spears, you think you've had enough time to think yet, or you want to wait till a little bit later in the 4th quarter?
Well, I got 2, okay? I got 2, and they're both like high octane. I mean, I'm a big fan of rivalry games and upset, especially rivalry game, upset at home. I got 2 I've been looking at all week. One of them is Arizona, who actually plays tomorrow night at Kansas State. Arizona's playing really well. They're both undefeated. Arizona's a 7-point dog. I think they got a chance to go into Manhattan and pull off the upset. That's a tough place to play. But that's what I'm looking at. I'll tell you the other one here in a second. You got quarterback, sophomore Xander Hodge under center. He takes the snap. Going to hand it off to number 3, freshman Jace Schaffhauser for a tough run right up the middle. He gets bounced to the outside a little bit. He's going to pick up 5 yards on the carry. Good, strong run by the freshman. He don't look like a freshman, but he don't run like a freshman.
And I remember watching him, Coach Akins. That was his pride and joy in middle school last year in the PA. And it seemed like he just has potential to break a long run anytime. And he's not a guy that's going to juke you out or try and beat you with his speed on the edge. He's a guy that's going to run straight through you.
Got some other guys checked in on the offensive line now. 54, Ian Simmons at tackle. Got 62, Lane Stafford at guard. Play comes into Xander Hodge. Number 12, senior wide receiver Garrett Tornquist checking in. He's had some injury issues in his career. Glad to see him get a chance to get out there and get some action. Hand off to number 4, Jason Sterlinski. Looks like a good old 197 sweep right there from the Coach Kelly days. He bounced it out wide and cut it up hard and picked up a good 7-8 yards and be an Eagle first down.
That's going to be enough for an F&M Bank first down, and that's going to be the wrap on our first quarter. Here is the Westmoreland Eagles lead 45-0 over the Blue Devils. We'll take a timeout on WHINradio.com.
And welcome back into the Ponce Law Justice for All Broadcast Center. We are back. I'm back here. Jeff Cohn's back with you. Robin Spears beside me. 1st and 10. Start the 4th quarter. Xander Hodge hands it off to Jason. Not Strelinsky. That is
Dustin Burns, looks like.
Dustin Burns.
Dustin Burns,
excuse me. And he will pick up a good chunk on first down. About 6, 7.
Yeah, that's number 16, Aiden Harrison, getting some action there at wide receiver. Aaron Freeman's now going to check back in for Dustin Burns. Others on the field tonight getting some action. Number 72, Wyatt Biggers, is checked in at right tackle. We'll get a little work on the offensive line. Again, good chance right here to develop some depth. Number 8, junior Thomas Francis going to bring the play in.
We talked about this last week, too. It's great to see them all getting out here in this one. We were hoping to maybe see a little more last week, but we didn't get all out here this week.
That's right. That's right.
Xander Hodge is under center in the wing tee, sends run back in motion, hands it off behind him. That is number 3 down the sideline to the 12-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. That is Jace Schaffhauser.
Jace Schaffhauser. Good
I keep hearing more and more about this kid.
He's a big boy for a freshman. He runs the ball hard. Another one checked in. I'm going to brag on a couple of these other guys real quick. Offensive lineman number 50, Hayden Banks, is checked in at guard. And my buddy, Juan Cortez, number 63, is checked in at center. He's one of my soccer guys. Great kid. Love to see him getting some time on the field right here, too.
Absolutely. That is a F&M Bank first down for the Eagles. Now at the 13-yard line.
Clock still ticking. Again, running clock right here with a score 45-0. Clock ticking at 10 minutes roughly left in the fourth quarter. Let's punch this ball in the end zone right here, and I'm going to give you an upset pick.
Xander Hodge goes under center. Schaffhauser behind him. And a jump on the offensive line will put it back 5 yards.
Yep, looks like we had an unbalanced line right there. Had Ryland Stats checked in, but he hadn't played much offense this year. Been dynamite as a young defensive lineman so far this season. He was at tight end. Looks like Strelinsky, number 4, was set up at the right wing. On an unbalanced line right there, when a couple of them got a little early jump.
So 1st and 15 now, 9:35 and counting.
A little eager tonight. That's okay. Let's punch with swimming right here, boys. Let's go.
Hodge under center, takes a snap. This one goes to Aaron Freeman. Freeman already 1 touchdown in, trying to cut back upfield, and he loses the ball. Recovered wisely by number 63, your boy Juan Cortez.
Juan Cortez. Yeah, you got offensive linemen falling on fumbles out in space, out in the flat. That tells me everybody's engaged.
Absolutely. As we're waiting for this play to come in, this season Slim Chickens again sponsors all quarterback sacks made by your Eagles on the WHIN Broadcast Network. After tonight's game, be sure and stop by Slim Chickens for a sack full of the best hand-breaded tenders, perfect wings, sandwiches, or wraps. Oh, goodness. Does that sound good? You can't go wrong with a sack of great food from Slim Chickens. Don't forget the Slim's app. Download it now for all kinds of great rewards. Hendersonville and Mount Juliet, which unfortunately is a little ways away from where we are here on the Rock Pile in Westmoreland.
No doubt.
Hodge under center takes a snap. This one goes to Burns. Burns tries to get right up the middle. He'll get inside the 10 to the 6. It's going to be close to a first down.
We got about 3rd and 2, it looks like.
With 8:15 to go. Now, you said you have a pick. So you waited all third quarter to give it.
I waited all third quarter, teasing the audience right here. I'm torn because for 3 weeks straight, I've nailed all 3 of them, and I've gone my gut every time. This is the first time I'm tempted to go against my gut. I'll tell you why. My gut feeling says take Arizona to go into Kansas State, Manhattan, Kansas, and pull off the upset as a 7-point dog. I think they can do it. Their quarterback is very, very elusive. He's dynamic. Offense is shades of the old.
We'll come back to it. Hodge hands it off. It is Burns. Burns trying to go towards the goal line and waiting for a call. He's right at the line. He's in.
Touchdown, Dustin Burns.
The junior running back, Dustin Burns, in for his first touchdown of the season. Puts the Eagles up 51-0 with that Trevecca Nazarene touchdown for your Eagles here on homecoming night.
I'm not sure the last time that home side of the scoreboard had a 50-piece on it, but it looks real good up there tonight.
It really does. We've already broken one school record tonight. I don't believe it'd be a record of any sort, but it's been a while since we've had 50.
It sure looks sharp up there, I'll tell you that much.
So it's 51. The point after team comes out. Cade Perry on to hold. Jackson Stewart, of course, on to kick. Snap, set. It's a low kick, fire. Cade rolling out to the right, looking at the end zone. Is going to be picked off by Jackson County. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds early, and the Eagles will stay there at 51-0.
I'm not sure that was a design right there. Just
I don't believe it was
something.
design. I believe it was a low snap. And
Cooper took a chance, or Cade took a chance right there on the edge. Call me crazy. I can see Wisconsin at home pulling the upset against Alabama. I can see it.
Braxton Cook on to kick this one. We'll come back to that one in a second. The kick is away. Braxton Cook steps into one. It bounces at the 17, fielded by Jackson County. Tries to get right up the middle. He's going to hit off of Sterlinski. He keeps his footing. It's Collier. Collier comes back to Sterlinski for another one, and Sterlinski finally gets him down with the help of number 18, Dylan Blanton.
Number 25.
You realize you probably would get fired from your assistant coaching job if you went on record saying
yes.
Alabama would lose. As of course,
I love
Coach Abner
yes.
is a very big Alabama fan, as is my head coach that I work for, E.J. Perry.
They are.
So I did call for Tennessee to beat them one year, and I got it right that year.
Alabama is not what they used to be until they prove it. I think that Camp Randall's a tough place to play. Wisconsin's going to run the football, shorten the game. We'll see what new coach DeBoer can do with this team going into a hostile territory. I can't really go there being 3-0, but they're 16.5-point dogs. I can see them keeping it at least close.
It'll be interesting to see. All right, Jackson County out with the offense. It is number 9 at quarterback, hands it off inside. That was to number 20, Braden Dodson again. Of course, number 9 is Colt Loftus,
Looks like
the freshman quarterback.
Number 62, Lane Stafford, and number 63, Juan Cortez, combining on the tackle right there. Got some fresh meat on the defensive line.
For no gains, it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
There's an Aiden Warfield, number 79, is checked in at defensive end. Again, Burns is back out there. Linebacker Braxton Cook, number 30, is checked in the other defensive end spot. A lot of subs there on defense, and they're all playing hard. That gives you a lot of hope for the future of Westmoreland football beyond the great season we're off to right so far.
Jackson County breaks the huddle with 5 seconds on the play clock. Loftus ready for the snap. He'll take it, hands it off inside once again, tackled by Burns. That was number 20 again, Braden Dotson. I will take a moment here as they're settling things out here. Each week throughout the 2024 high school football season, the attorneys and staff at the Ingram Law Firm bring you the Most Outstanding Player of the Game Award, given to the player chosen by our broadcast crew whose effort and performance most impacted the outcome of tonight's game. The winner will be announced during the post-game wrap-up. Thanks to Ingram Law Firm for supporting Sumner County High School football on the WHIN Broadcast Network. The Ingram Law Firm, trusted legal counsel. Find them at ingramlawyers.com. Jackson County back to line, 3rd and about 8. Sends tight end in motion. There's a snap, and they're going to call illegal procedure as I believe number 28 started turning up Canadian football style.
That's right. We got another young man checked in here at right corner, number 17. Unfortunately, he's not listed on our roster.
I can't find him.
He's gotten quite a bit of action, and he's done pretty well at setting the edge and keeping that running back from getting on the edge and forcing him back to cut up field back into his linebackers. He's created a few tackles for Dustin Burns and number 57, Jaden Cruz, but don't have his number here. I want to give him some love as well, but again, he's playing well, and we'll find out who he is in the hallway and let you know.
Absolutely. I appreciate getting all these names out here that you're doing. Make sure all these kids and families get to hear their name on WHN Radio or NCTC, who's here tonight and will be airing our games on. We'll give those times here in just a moment. As quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to Dodson once again, tackled in the backfield. That was by number 62, Lane Stafford with the tackle.
Number 57 at linebacker, Jaden Cruz. He was in the backfield quick. He actually overran the handoff. Like if he was 1 second sooner, he's going to get a quarterback sack right there before he can get the handoff to the tailback.
Jackson County will be kicking this one off to Aaron Freeman. Aaron Freeman already with 1 touchdown, 1 electric run for the score during the 3rd quarter. Snap is away. Punt is up. It's a long one. Freeman has to back up, fields at the 35-yard line, cuts right back to the middle field, makes a couple men miss, cuts back to the left. Flag comes down behind the play and in a bad spot for the Eagles.
That was a tough catch right there. I thought at some point he was about to either fair catch it or wave it off. He caught that one backing up, Jeff, and had to put his foot in the ground and pick a direction and go with about 3 guys running right at him. That's a tough catch.
While they sort this one out, I'll remind you that we get ready for the Pony Mailbox post game. Pony Mailbox and Business Center in Gallatin and Hendersonville proudly sponsors our season-long post-game wrap-up. Pony Mailbox and Business Center is your go-to resource for packing, shipping, and business service needs. So stay with us right after the game for highlights and a look ahead, and of course the extra point on PonyMailboxCenter.com. 2.5 minutes and still counting, being running clock here as the Eagles are up 51-0 over the Jackson County Blue Devils. Once again, I think I kind of want to go back here, and we have a moment we're talking a little bit of trying to find when the last time the Eagles put up 50.
Put up 50. I don't know. That's one. We got 2 minutes on the clock. I don't know if we can find the answer that fast. But I'm sure it's been a while for sure.
Hodge will go under center. Takes the snap, hands it off inside. That is to Schaffhauser, who's going to push forward. He'll get to the 30. Gain of 3 on the play. I'll tell you what, Robert, I think we're going to have a hard time picking Ingram Most Outstanding Player of the Game here tonight. There's a couple of good nominees.
Couple
for
good
this
nominees, and some that's already had great moments throughout the season so far.
There are.
If there was ever a night for a team award in general, this might be it.
So it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Hodge. Probably about 2 more snaps for your Eagles as Hodge takes it, sends one in motion, going to hand it off on the outside. That is to number 6. He's going to be brought down. 6 is Dylan Gann. Of course, I have to mention, because she's one of the hardest workers in the city of Westmoreland, she is the nephew of Miss Penny Calvert, who is our custodian in our hallway.
That's right. That's right. Another young freshman getting some action on the field. I was scrolling right here through some of these old scores. We did put 48 on Jackson County last year, and Harpeth, we had 49 a year ago. But that 50 mark, the answer is 51 against Whites Creek in 2020 2019 on the road.
2019 on the road at Whites Creek. Well, there you go. So that's a outstanding performance here for the offense.
That was a game, actually, Coach, where we put 51 on them at the half, and then just let the second half kind of go where it went.
Hodge takes the snap. Schaffhauser tries to get around the outside, spins off of one Jackson County defender, reverses field, comes back the other way, lowers his shoulder again to the 37-yard line. A great hard run by Jay Schaffhauser. I believe it would be enough for an F&M Bank first down. They are going to move the chains officially.
That was a tough, hard run right there. He lowered his shoulder and got those extra 2 yards. Little appreciation right there by the DB. He patted him on the back for a tough, hard run when it was over.
And so with that, your Eagles finish the celebration of homecoming with a 51-0 win over the Jackson County Blue Devils. A great, complete win on all 3 parts and all 3 phases. We'll come back with some words on this game.